we split our company in 1994, my uncle and two cousins took the RMS truck equipment division, which became Aspen Equipment. What Road Machinery kept, my dad and I, was the kind of traditional road machinery footprint. At that time, Savage, Duluth, Virginia, and Iron Mountain. But it was important enough, and I think to my uncle and dad's credit, that we split the business for the good of the businesses, that they were able to get that done. And we didn't know it at that time, but we were just about to embark on a huge decade of growth. In '94, I had about 6 years under my belt at Road Machinery. My dad had his first kind of bout with bladder cancer in '93. My dad fairly quickly retired after we split the company. And so he came in whenever he kind of wanted to, but he was again one of our biggest cheerleaders. But there had been a number of companies that were waiting, a decade or more to exit the business, but they couldn't because they didn't have the profitability to show to get any extra for their business. Right. And so we looked at a lot of opportunities, and we acquired a small crushing distributor up in Blaine, brought it in to seed our crushing and screening business. When that happened, we had other manufacturers that said, "Oh, you're in that business. How about you work with us?" We acquired part of a mining distributor's business up on the Iron Range.
I traveled with Mike. He did the buy, and I was his right-hand man. Domex was a used equipment parts company in Hibbing, and they had got into the new equipment business, and they did not like it. They found out carrying inventory and dealing with a warranty and not a very good product, and they wanted out bad, and we were obliged and took their products.
They represented DMAG shovels, which got bought by Komatsu.
We got an opportunity to sell a bunch of them. They were the biggest hydraulic shovels here, the 5500 was. There wasn't that many hydraulic shovels around. Most of the mines had rope shovels.
Which today, mining shovels sell for in excess of $10 million a piece, and we have the dominant market share on the Iron Range. It's a big piece of our business today. We became the market share leader for mining drills as a result of that acquisition.
We sold a number of the Bucyrus 59R drills. They were really good product.
That company got bought by Caterpillar. They said, "Look, we want to part ways. We can't have you guys selling our product."
So then we needed a drill because they took ours away, and then Atlas Copco had just came in, and it used to be Ingersoll Rand. And the guys from Ingersoll Rand years ago would come here and talk about drills, and I'd say, "Well, we got the Bucyrus." And
we were already the dominant market share player in the drills with the Bucyrus product line. Epiroc came along and said, "We're not represented up here. You guys seem to have all the business. How about you work with us?"
The mine up in Michigan said they wanted us to be closer. We were in Iron Mountain, and the mines in Michigan up were by Marquette and Ishpeming and Negaunee. So we sold the Michigan operations, the Iron Mountain building, and we found the old building in Negaunee. And we did a bunch of fixing and rejuvenation of that building and completely moved everybody up. Mike Menzel and myself spent hours up there interviewing and trying to hire and train, and it was quite the challenge, but we got it done.
Well, I would like to suggest to people that this was all kind of part of a genius strategy. We've just made acquisitions happen a lot of times where we're the only people they're talking to. I would say that's probably been the norm. People who are trying to sell their businesses, they want their people to end up in a good place to work. You run a good company, you have good values, you establish a good reputation in the marketplace, and opportunities tend to find you.